Hey, you guys, look where I am. I'm in Minnesota. We should cross that off and put a build-off experience. Do you get it? Because that's what I'm doing, is the build-off. Future Bob here. I was invited to do the Snake Discovery build-off this year. You might have guessed that. For those of you who don't know, the build-off is where 10 YouTube creator contestants gather at Snake Discovery, and we try to build the coolest environment in a 4x2x2 enclosure for a reptile. You can pick any reptile you want. This is a great event. Ed and Emily put it on, and they really know how to organize a thing. Let's get back to it. Okay, I've just arrived, and I'm really excited.
Hello.
Hey, Kent, where's your camera? I didn't bring it. Kent, you're the cameraman. You didn't bring your camera?
Yeah, I'm not letting airport security manhandle my sweet RCA VHS camcorder. Ah! Jiminy Christmas!
What are you doing?
Well, I didn't know snakes were gonna be there.
Kent, you didn't think you'd see a snake at Snake Discovery?
I thought they named it that ironically. I thought it was like Snake Discovery, LOL JK. Jiminy.
Great, I'm glad I paid for your trip. You're gonna be super helpful standing outside. Kent is not super helpful, obviously. I'm glad Past Bob remembered to bring a couple cameras. You might notice a little bit of graininess occasionally. I know. Sorry. You'd think I'd be able to fix it in post, but what you don't understand is Future Bob is not a professional editor. I live in the future and I wear cool hats. That's pretty much it. And I do the best I can with the editing software. I don't know how to use it though. I'm very excited. I have a plan for my enclosure and we'll see if I can execute it. There's going to be a lot of variables, a lot of what ifs. I don't know what we're going to have available to us. So we're just setting up. Very excited about this. There's a ton of stuff that we're going to use. We got a bunch of cages and stuff like that. I heard that there is one contestant that brought a ringer, and I'm not sure if that is legal or not. To have a ringer, somebody who has previously won the competition and is helping another competitor in the thing. I don't know if that is legal or not. I don't know who it is. I have no idea. I just heard rumors that there was a competitor that brought a ringer who's previously won the thing. I don't. Oh, Dave, I'm sorry. I had you in the shot. I didn't realize. My bad. So yeah, I do jump cuts.
This is going to be an amazing competition, and I'm going to kick his butt.
He might, but it's going to be hard to, though. Wait till you see my secret thing. It's
a secret thing?
It's huge. It's great. Wait till you see my thing.
The competition is on.
I've already seen your thing, which isn't.
You've never seen my thing.
The thing that you brought is a very impressive thing. Emily's coming in to explain stuff to us, and I'm a little nervous right now.
As usual, you will be split up into 2 groups of 5, but this year, 4 of the 5 players in each team are going to be blindfolded. Oh. The remaining player will be the caller, and it will be their job to guide each blindfolded member, one at a time, through an obstacle course to collect boxes. Once all 4 boxes are collected, the remaining box can be grabbed by the caller. If you're the caller, you can just run in, grab the last one, and once you have all 5, you'll have to untie the boxes and get a key inside each one. The keys you will use to unlock a sword in the stone, which you will then pull out, chop down your flag, which will release a bag of letters, and then finally, you will use those letters to unscramble a secret word, and whichever team decodes their secret word first wins. Eyes on Team Black.
Ooh, that's the good team.
Hey, Joe.
Who's black? What are you? Green? Black.
Team Black. Yes. All right. Oh, Bob.
Team Black.
Green.
Green. Okay.
Is there a certain time that we chuck these at the other team, or?
Only if you lose, then you can. Well, if you're running behind, maybe you could use that to your advantage.
We can chuck it.
Knock them out and then run ahead.
At Dave.
Yeah, at Dave specifically. Only at Dave. Yeah.
I was gonna say, how many?
We were provided rocks. You guys might be thinking, hey Bob, are you really confused as to what you're supposed to do? No, I get it. You blindfold 4 of your 5 people, then you grab a thing and you guide them to their thing, and then there's going to be bags, and you undo the bags where there's going to be a key or a puzzle piece or something, and then with the key you unlock the door. It takes you to the secret cavern. As it turns out, I am confused, actually.
Nothing there. Okay, keep going straight. Keep going straight. And go straight. There's a bucket in front of you, but there's nothing in it. Pick it up. Okay, go straight. Go straight. Reach up top. To your right. Yep, keep going. Yep. And there's a box there. All right, towards my voice. Right now, and go straight.
There's a car in front of you. Reach up.
You're good.
I got my key. I'm gonna go. Wait, do we all have to get the key?
Get your keys. Go. We're running. Go. Get your keys.
We're not gonna talk about that. All right, yep. Just full hard with that.
Full hard, yank on.
There you go.
There we go.
Hit. All right.
And shot.
Yes!
Oh, now we get the thing.
To the table.
Should just be able to pull. There you go.
Go. Get to the table.
To the table.
Are your guys' hieroglyphics?
I think the word snake is the word fish.
Emily.
Wait, don't tell them.
Emily,
Don't tell
we're
them
looking
it's
at
a
it
snake.
from this way, right? Okay, yes. Okay, we're right about that.
Other words. Just put letters down better.
Madagascar giant hognose!
Oh, that was like a photo finish.
We said it first!
It was close. I will give you guys both.
Eat it, Danny!
I don't know how to spell. I'm a Dave Kaufman. I don't know words.
We called it out first. You were supposed to call it out. Somehow, we lost the thing. I don't think it matters because I have a plan for this build. Dave Kaufman.
Yes, sir.
Andrew Jackson and I are just wondering if we could convince you to take your place in the choosing thing.
Andrew Jackson,
My buddy Andrew Jackson and I, crisp Andrew Jackson.
you make it President Franklin, and we'll...
I haven't seen a President Franklin in a very long time. So this build revolves around the thing that I brought. And whatever else ends up in this cage is just bonus, sort of. But there are some pieces that are really cool back there that I would love to have. And being second to choose makes it difficult, but we'll see what I end up with.
I got the fogger.
And go.
This is my choice.
Yeah. Oh, I saw.
I don't, it might be too big. I might have to break it off. I might have to exchange it for something else.
5, 4, hand on cage, 3,
Hand on cage.
2, 1,
Go.
begin!
Sorry.
You don't have to take that from him.
I think I have everything I need. I probably have more than what I need. Let me double check. Maybe I don't. I feel like I need to stockpile everything, not knowing what I'm doing. But so the main part of this build and the most time-consuming thing is the background, and so I've got to do some planning and fitting of things. I really hope I can fit this, but I got to get my piece that I had special made in here first. So we're gonna flip this on its back. I think it's gotta go on the floor. All right, that's what we gotta do. I had my buddy Cody at the 3D printing department custom design and print for me a crumbling tower with gargoyles. I wanted one gargoyle intact, and I wanted the remnants of a gargoyle that had broken off and come to life. And that's the gargoyle gecko that's going to be running around in this enclosure. Conceptually, it's a cross between Jumanji and I guess Ghostbusters. Because remember Zool's dogs that came to life, and then Rick Moranis and the, Ghostbusters. I don't want to confuse things. It's not Ghostbusters or Jumanji themed. It's just we have a general idea going. We're telling a story here. That's what we're doing. Okay. So this guy is going right basically in like that. That's about where that's going. Okay. Great. So, one thing that's really good to do when you're doing Gorilla Glue is take a knife and just score the heck out of what you're doing, because that's what the Gorilla Glue adheres to. This is going right about there, like that. I don't know if I can use this at all. Dan, are you running into problems already?
Yeah.
Here's this. You look like you're running into problems.
I am problems.
I know Dave and Clint are having problems already, so things are looking up for me.
I grabbed a mix that had sand in it. Is there a sandy thing left?
Oh, okay, okay.
I collected so much stuff. I have no idea if I'm going to use it or not. I don't have
We have been
scissors.
collecting pieces.
We don't have everything.
Like 3 o'clock in the morning.
So we're just going to do a whole bunch of glue right here like this.
It's just doing like a grid pattern. It's not going to go in like water. It's going to go in like molasses.
I haven't wet this glue yet. Wetting it activates it, and I don't want to activate it quite yet. I mean, it still is sort of activated, but water really activates it. I'm going to need to throw this away. That's going to be problematic. Okay, now we're going to spray it down to activate it. A little bit of water there. This is just a mix of 2 of the different substrates. You can use whatever you want for background, but I wanted some sort of texture, and there was a substrate there that had some sphagnum moss in it. It'll give it some nice texture. The best thing that I've created so far is a mess. Now I'm spending about a half an hour or so just pushing down this Gorilla Glue as it expands, because once you activate it, the Gorilla Glue expands. So I've got my 2 pieces set in here, and the Gorilla Glue is just puffing up and puffing up, so you just have to keep pushing it down. I'm a little concerned, you guys. I had this custom built thing made. I'm excited about it, and I think it's good. But I look over here at Luke. Luke has a massive thing. He brought a way bigger thing than I did. So I'm a little bit worried about that competition. Might be surprised, but I'm a little worried about Dav Kaufman.
Don't be.
Because he and Clint seem to have something amazing happening.
So what we're going to do with ours is we're going to put like this old abandoned kind of herpetarium type thing, like maybe something from like Lemony Snicket's.
Right?
What's that?
It seems very similar. You don't have gargoyles on yours, do you?
Oh, I thought that's what we were doing, so I wanted to make you very nervous. Yeah, we're not doing that.
I figured that. Yeah. And some of this moss. Throw it in there. Here's how we're going to do this. We're going to lift this up. This is dry enough now to lift. So I'm going to lift this up. We're going to knock all the substrate off of all the loose substrate off of this thing. Then we're going to put it on its side and basically do what we just did all over again, but it shouldn't take quite as long.
Are they? Oh, this one. Oh, no, I just mean like nice with the texture, like, yeah, like, we have to, like, that's not professional.
I mean, I think the background looks pretty good.
Of course it looks good. You used the best possible technique.
Yes, I did.
It's an unbelievable technique.
Okay. My problem now is, this is the side that I need to glue, and my substrate is all sitting where I need to glue. So I got to clean out the substrate, glue, and then put it back.
What about this?
It's just Gorilla Glue and dirt. There's nothing toxic about it. Turning this guy up. Okay. Emily has just announced that there's another fogger available and people are going to fight for it. I don't need a fogger, but there are bearded dragons involved, so I'm curious.
2, 1, race! Come on,
Go.
It's yours, bro. Oh,
Mail's going after Mail. Oh, no.
Go. Come on, man. Get through. Come on. Yes.
Come on,
Let
Erica.
it happen.
You can do it.
Come on. Go.
You can do it. Go, sorry.
I thought I'd come outside today and do something different with the Patreon boards. Even though my neighborhood is extremely noisy right now, this will still work, I think. These are the fine folks who went to patreon.com/greenroompythons and signed up on Patreon. They're helping me not only keep the channel going, but also to produce content like being at snake discovery, or how about heading to the Amazon jungle to find reptiles deep in the jungle. That's going to be so fun. I'm leaving in just a few weeks, and you'll see that content probably a few weeks after I get back. And it's all thanks to these folks who are helping out. They're also getting a bunch of perks and things like that. And because of all this travel that I'm doing this summer, these boards, which normally sort of change in real time, aren't changing in real time. So like you'll see a video in September where there will be less names because I've already shot that video and done the Patreon boards and everything. But you all understand. And also, big thanks to my channel sponsors, Black Box Cages, Lane Labs, and Gray Family Snakes. We're able to do some really cool content because of those companies and all these people. I mean, should I just do it this way and call it the Patreon fence?
It's time to dump the substrate in. I got 2 bags of terra firma substrate. I don't know if, oh, you know what I need? There's like a dam that I have to put in. Hold on. Yeah, 2 bags is the way to go for sure. I'm gonna add BioShot to this. BioShot you just mix in. It probably doesn't need BioShot because that just helps the organic breakdown of stuff. But I think with terra firma you don't necessarily need it, and especially when you're using isopods and springtails, they help with that anyway. But we have it. I like to always use it regardless, and we have a bunch of these. I need 6 of these bags of BioShot per 36 quart. Oh no, that's not true. This is a 36 quart bag, so one of these. Man, I'm glad I noticed that. One of these handles a 36 quart. So I'll do 2 of them, not 12 of them. Bag number 2. This is gonna be for gargoyle gecko, but this is exactly how I would do it for a python as well. Or a boa, or a colubrid, or anything. Hi you guys, I'm down here now. This is good to know. 4x2x2 enclosure takes 3 36 quart bags of substrate if you're doing bioactive. I'm gonna do a 4th bag. 4 bags. Nothing better than the smell of burning plastic in the afternoon, right?
I don't think there's a time of day when that's not perfect.
It's just a
You know, that's the way to start your day.
delightful odor. A lot of people ask, how long does the substrate last in a bioactive? And my answer is, I don't know, but I had the inspector's first enclosure going for 2.5+ years, and all I did was add substrate to it. I never replaced the substrate. I would have had to replace the substrate if there was some sort of problem, like maybe mites or something, like some enclosure issue you might have to redo, but I never had to, and it went for well over 2 years. You will have to add more eventually because it packs down, but it's a while before you have to replace it all. I've got the hard part done. The background is basically there. We're gonna add some stuff to it. But now it's just about designing this thing. It's basically watching what Dave and Clint are doing and then trying to do something better than what they're doing. That's my basic plan. They're over there. They don't even know which way a cage goes.
It's arboreal.
Let's get some isopods going in there. Those are cool. These are they're T-positive albinos. Check on these springtails, see how they're doing. Springtails are doing great. They're going in. We got springtails and albino isopods. Look at those little guys go. This decomposing leaf litter is isopod food, as well as all the decomposing chips of wood that's already in the substrate, all that kind of stuff. They love it, these guys. And what they're gonna do is eat this stuff and poop, and then the plants eat the isopod poop. And it all becomes a bioactive situation. Snake discovery. More like snack discovery, right, you guys? Right, everybody? Snack discovery. All right, you guys, I'm basically done. This was very difficult to do. I was counting on Kent's help. Frustrating that he spent the day in the parking lot. So I kept changing my enclosure and adding more things and trying to figure out what else I could do to the thing. I'm pretty happy with it the way it turned out, but the competition is steep. There are some really incredible enclosures here. Clint and Dave are working on an incredible piece right here.
This is a Lord of the Rings theme. This is Hobbiton. We still have to plant the plants. But I think it's looking pretty good so far.
It's totally looking pretty good so far. And just a question,
Yes.
This massive thing, how did you manage to get this into the enclosure? This is really important.
It had to go through the top, so the top's actually not on right now.
Right, so did you do that yourself?
We did it on our own completely.
Oh, he did it on his own, he says. Really?
No, we needed tall people.
Yeah, and so who did you use as tall people?
You and Clint.
It looks great, Luke.
Thank
Nicely
you.
done.
How's your cave?
I mean, that's looking super. Look at that background. That looks amazing.
Thank you.
JSA Reptiles. Nice job, you guys. This is fantastic. Nice work. This is looking amazing.
Thank you.
It really is.
Thank you.
This is a Pokemon themed situation here.
Brown, I would have been like, oh,
That turned out awesome, Hunter.
Thank you so much.
Mariah, this is killer. Your choice to do blue on this thing just makes it pop. Dan, this looks awesome, man.
Thank you. It's you know, for when they grow up and leave the water. Sea monkeys, yeah.
Oh, that's what it is.
Yeah, it's sea monkeys. Yeah, it's my item from home. That's why I built this thing.
I haven't seen sea monkeys since the mid '80s.
Oh, they're back. They're back.
They're back. They're clearly back.
just so you know.
Yeah. Oh, let's do it really quick.
Just slap it
Paint
on.
mine blue really fast.
Paint the outside blue. Oh yeah, there you go.
So my enclosure's done, and there's a few people still working. Race against time with some of the other people, but I finished mine at a leisurely pace, and I'm happy with the way it turned out. I think you should vote for it, but if I don't win, I'm totally okay with that, because I came here to hang out with the people and have a good time, and I've done that. I've hung out with the people, I've had a good time. We had dinner last night, we're gonna have dinner tonight, it's gonna be great. This has been a super fun experience. I love hanging out at Snake Discovery. It's a good time. You should come here.
So I thought that I was bringing the coolest thing that anybody's ever brought to a build-off. And I was, maybe, if I'm comparing it to previous year's videos. But the thing is, this year, everybody stepped up their game and people brought amazing things. I'm saying this because I'm gonna need your votes just to be able to slide into the top 3, because there were some amazing enclosures. Ed and Emily will open up the voting with the launch of their video that covers this build off, so we'll figure out how to do that as soon as that video comes out. I would be ever so grateful if you were to vote for my little gargoyle gecko come to life build. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next week.
Thank you.